Hello YouTubers, this is 777 Die Hard Forever coming at you with another highly anticipated and highly recommended model as I continue to play catch up. Today I'll be doing a review on a Gemini Jets Delta Airbus A220-300 in their current livery scheme in a 1/200 scale model. I purchased this model from Easy Toys and their website address is www.easytoys.com. But first, before I go into details about this particular aircraft model, please allow me to share with you some information about the history of Delta Airlines and how they actually came about. Delta is an American-based airline that was founded on March 2, 1925 as Huff Doll Industries Incorporated in Macon, Georgia. Then the company moved to Monroe, Louisiana in 1925 as the Huff Doll Industries Corporation was officially incorporated as Delta Air Service on December 3, 1928. Then officially commenced operations on June 17, 1929, and was officially incorporated as Delta Air Corporation on December 31, 1930, and eventually relocated its corporate headquarters to Atlanta, Georgia sometime in 1941, and operated under the Delta Air Corporation name up until 1945, when the name was eventually changed to what has become known to the world today as Delta Airlines. Delta is currently the 8th oldest operating airline in the world of aviation, based on foundation date after KLM Royal Dutch Airlines, Avianca, Qantas, Aeroflot Russian Airlines, Czech Airlines, Finnair, and Tajik Air respectively. However, Delta is still considered the oldest operating airline still operating in the United States of America today, as Delta is also the largest operating airline in the world when measured in terms of generated revenue, asset value, and market capitalization, as well as the second largest operating airline in the world when based in terms of fleet size, scheduled passenger kilometers flown, as well as the number of passengers carried. Whereas the corporate headquarters of Delta, along with its main hub and base of operations, is located on the grounds of Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, which is located approximately 7 miles south of the downtown district section of Atlanta, Georgia. Delta also has operational hubs that's located at Boston Logan International Airport, located in the Boston suburb of Winthrop, Massachusetts, Detroit Metropolitan Wayne County Airport, located in the Detroit suburb of Romulus, Michigan, Los Angeles International Airport, located in Los Angeles, California, Minneapolis-St.Paul International Airport, located in Minneapolis, Minnesota, John F. Kennedy International Airport, located in Jamaica, Queens, New York, LaGuardia Airport, located in East Elmhurst, Queens, New York, Salt Lake City International Airport, located in Salt Lake City, Utah, and Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, located in Seattle, Washington. And the Focus City hub of Delta is located at Raleigh-Durham International Airport, located in Cedar Fork Township, Wake County, North Carolina. As of July 2022, or at the time of this video review posting, Delta currently flies to 325 destinations worldwide on 6 inhabited continents, as Delta is one of 10 airlines to own this actual distinction of permanently flying to all 6 inhabited continents, along with Air Canada, Air China, British Airways, Emirates, Korean Air, Qantas, Qatar Airways, South African Airways, and United Airlines respectively, with an operating fleet of 896 aircraft that includes 55 Airbus A220s, in which 45 of those are the Airbus A220-100 variant, and the remaining 10 are the Airbus A220-300 variant, including this one you're looking at here. And in addition to the 896 aircraft that currently operates in Delta's fleet, the airline also has unfulfilled orders for an additional 235 more aircraft that includes 40 more Airbus A220-300s, and those aircraft, as we speak, are currently on back order and are awaiting delivery. Also, as of July 2022, or at the time of this video review posting, Delta is one of 150 airlines in the world of aviation that currently operates as a certified 3-star airline carrier, according to the international airline review firm Skytrax magazine. All right, everyone, let's take a look at the front of the box you're looking at here. You see the top of it, you see the engraved gold Gemini 200 decal. You see the Delta widget logo, the Delta billboard title, the Sky Team logo, the computer-generated picture of the aircraft type, the 1/200 scale die-cast model aircraft information, as well as the item number information you see at the front of the box. All right, now you're looking at the back of the box, and what you're looking at is the engraved gold Gemini 200 decal, and some more information there. along with the social media pages of Gemini Jets, you see there as well. You can pause and read that information if you like. In the meantime, I'm going to keep this moving. All right. All right, now you're looking at the top of the box, and what you're looking at is the engraved gold Gemini 200 decal, the adult collectible model and warning information, as well as the item number information that you see at the top of the box. All right, now you're looking at the bottom of the box. It's pretty much a flap. You see the flap button there, along with the Gemini 200 engraved gold decal. You see there as well. All right, now you're looking at the left side of the box, and what you see is the engraved gold Gemini 200 decal, the 1/200 scale die-cast model and item number information, the computer-generated picture of the aircraft, as well as the aircraft type you see on the left side of the box. All right, now you're looking at the right side of the box. It's pretty much the same information on the left side of the box I just showed you earlier on, okay? All right, now you're looking at the front of the box, but this time I got the box laid on this little black pad right here. Now I'm going to flip this up. As mentioned, there's a pad there, and I'm going to flip it. That's what you see there. Top of is the foam that protects the model, the aircraft, and all its accessories. And you see that right there. That is the actual model stand for this particular model, but I'm not going to do a review with that model stand. I told you I'm done with them tripod stands. But I'm going to show you what's the alternative stand I'm going to use on this, okay? Because I'm going to uncover it and let you see what's inside the package. Check it out. This is what's inside the packaging, the actual aircraft model, okay? I will take that out momentarily. All right, this is the alternative model stand I'm going to do the review with right here. And then it's pretty sturdy. And then you come up here, you see that black pad there, everyone. The sole purpose of that black pad is that pad not only protects your model, it also prevents it from being damaged or scratched when and if you decide to put your aircraft model into a particular model stand, okay? All right, with all that information out of the way about the history of Delta Airlines and how they actually came about, plus all the details here at the front of the box, as well as the back of the box, plus the packaging, plus the alternative model stand I'm going to do the model review with. And since there's no gear replacement doors for this particular aircraft model, with no further ado, everyone, here is the actual aircraft model out of the packaging box. Check it out. There it is, everyone, the Gemini Jets Delta Airbus A220-300 in their current livery scheme in a 1/200 scale model. All right, everyone, allow me to share with you some information about the Delta Airbus A220-300 regional jetliner aircraft you're looking at here and how it became a part of their fleet. Delta officially became the second North American customer, as well as the seventh Airbus A220-300 operator in the world of aviation after Air Baltic, Swiss International Airlines, Korean Air, Air Tanzania, EgyptAir, and Air Canada respectively that acquired this prestigious state-of-the-art aircraft, as Delta took delivery of its first of 75 Airbus A220-100s, along with 50 purchase options that Delta had originally placed orders for back on April 28, 2016. However, on January 9, 2019, both the aircraft manufacturer Airbus and Delta announced that the Atlanta, Georgia-based carrier had increased its Airbus A220 order up to 95, as the 50 purchase options that Delta had originally placed orders for back on April 28, 2016 were originally converted over to the 50 firm orders of the Airbus A220-300 variant, as Delta officially received their very first Airbus A220-300 regional jetliner aircraft, which bears the registration ship number N302DU, which happened to be this aircraft you're looking at here, at a special delivery ceremony that was held at the Airbus manufacturing facility complex that's located in Mobile, Alabama on October 22, 2020, as this particular aircraft actually became the first Airbus A220-300 regional jetliner aircraft that was actually built on American soil. Then fast forward 3 weeks later, that's when Delta's very first inaugurated passenger revenue service flight on this particular aircraft actually took place, which was on November 17, 2020. And that's when Delta officially began utilizing this aircraft when it flew from Salt Lake City International Airport in Salt Lake City, Utah, to Houston Bush Intercontinental Airport in Houston, Texas, as Delta Flight DL718, alternating with the Airbus A220-100s and the Airbus A319s that are currently utilized on this particular route, as the aircraft is currently utilized mostly on their regional domestic flights throughout the airline's route network in North America as Atlanta, Boston Logan, Detroit, Los Angeles, New York JFK, New York-LaGuardia, Minneapolis-St. Paul, Salt Lake City, and Seattle has become the primary gateway basis for this particular aircraft type, with the lion's share of their Airbus A220-300s will operate mostly from Delta's operational hub at Salt Lake City International Airport. Delta has ordered a total of 95 Airbus A220s to add to their fleet, in which 45 of those are the Airbus A220-100 variant, while the remaining 50 are the Airbus A220-300 variant. And at the time of this video review posting, only 10 Airbus A220-300s are currently operating in service, while the remaining 40 Airbus A220-300s are currently on back order and are awaiting delivery, as this particular aircraft will eventually become the aircraft that will ultimately replace the entire Delta fleet of Boeing 717-200s, which are scheduled to be withdrawn from the Delta fleet by the end of 2025, as Delta expects all 50 of their Airbus A220-300s to be fully operating their fleet by the end of 2023, as Delta is currently the world's largest airline operator of the Airbus A220 variant. Now let's talk about the livery scheme you see on this aircraft, which fits pretty good and well. This is Delta's current livery scheme, which is called Upward and Onward. This livery scheme was actually introduced on April 30, 2007, after the airline merged from bankruptcy restructuring, as this livery continues to honor Delta's past heritage, while at the same time reflecting a modern look for an airline that is actually totally focused on the overall experience. So, with all that information out of the way about this particular aircraft, which I'm very impressed with, as well as the nice looking unique livery scheme you see on here as well, with no further ado, everyone, let's get down to the nitty gritty and allow me to show you all the details on this aircraft model. Shall we? Let's check it out. Alright, now you're looking at the front of the aircraft here on the port/left side, where we'll begin at the front of the aircraft as always, where you see the front nose landing gear right here, the landing gear struts, the landing gear door inside the front nose gear door right there. See the pitot tubes and the static ports, what have you, the radome nose cone, the windshield wipers, as well as the cockpit windows. I'm going to give you a better visual view of those details later on in the review. But inside that front nose landing gear door is number 8302, which is this little number you see right there. And 8302 is the actual fleet number, as this particular number can also be seen on the tail fin of the aircraft. I'm going to show you that right now. There it is. All right, we're back at the front of the aircraft here on the port/left side, and right between the cockpit windows and the L1 entrance door is the SkyTeam logo, which is this logo you're looking at right here. And Delta became a member of the SkyTeam Alliance, the SkyTeam Alliance, along with Aeromexico, Air France, and Korean Air as one of the 4 founding members on June 22, 2000, which consists of 18 airline members from 5 inhabited continents. And then the right side of the L1 entrance door is the red rigid logo sitting next to the Delta billboard title, which is this logo you see here. And this is Delta's current logo. And the modern updated 3-dimensional red widget was unveiled and introduced on April 30, 2007, the same day that Delta emerged from bankruptcy restructuring, and at the same time continued to honor the heritage of the most famous version of the Delta widget logo that was introduced in 1959. All right. And then you slide right here at the center of the aircraft, and underneath the wing you see the outer landing bogey gears right here, including the landing gear door. But more important, you see these nice looking massive engines on here as well. See the engine cones right there. And these particular engines are called the Pratt & Whitney PW1521G turbofan type engines that are used on this particular Delta Airbus A220-300 regional jetliner aircraft. Now we're going to turn this aircraft model around, and we're going to actually find out if the turbofan blades do spin. Let's check it out. All right, now you're looking at the front of the engines here on the port/left side. In front, you see the turbofan blades. Do they spin? Unfortunately, no, they do not, as you can see there. But they are realistic and appealing, to say the least. But then you got the front visual view of the landing bogey gears here, including the landing gear struts as well as the landing gear doors. Now you're looking at the front of the engines here on the starboard side of the aircraft. And does the fan blade spin over here as well? Nope, they don't. But it's all good though. Still a good aircraft model. The fan blades look realistic to say the least, but at least you got a front visual view of the landing bogey gears here, including the landing gear struts as well as the actual landing gear doors. All right, now you're looking at the front of the aircraft. We got a somewhat visual view of the power escape hatch door. I'm gonna give you a better visual view of that detail later on in the review. Then there's the cockpit windows, a better visual view of that. The windshield wipers, the radar nose cone, the front nose gear landing gear door, the landing gear lights, the landing gear struts, as well as the front visual view of the front nose landing gears. Okay. All right, now you're looking at the winglet wingtip device on this side of the aircraft, featuring the red navigation light you see displayed there next to this winglet wingtip device. All right, now you're looking at the back of the aircraft here on the port side, and right next to the registration ship number is the American flag decal, which is this decal you're looking at right here. And this flag decal represents the country where Delta currently operates from as one of the major flag carrier airlines of the United States of America. And right next to that American flag decal is the actual registration ship number, N302DU, which happens to be this registration ship number you're looking at right here. Registration ship number N302DU. This particular aircraft was the very first of 50 Airbus A220-300 regional jetliner aircraft that actually entered the Delta fleet, as well as the very first Airbus A220-300 regional jetliner aircraft that was actually built on U.S. American soil. And the first test flight on this aircraft took place on June 2nd, 2020, and was officially handed over and delivered to Delta on October 22nd, 2020. However, this aircraft unfortunately didn't officially enter service until 3 weeks later on November 17, 2020. All right, now you stay at the back of the aircraft. I'm looking at is the Delta logo that's displayed on the tail fin of the aircraft right here. And the Delta logo that's displayed on the tail fin of the aircraft, as you can see, I just showed you, it actually symbolizes this iconic logo pointing in a northwest direction due to the airline's merger with Northwest Airlines, which took place on October 29, 2018. And then that's the fleet number right there I showed you earlier. And then back here, you see the APU, auxiliary power unit exhaust hole, and there's a hole there. As well as the strobe light you see underneath the APU exhaust hole, as well as the entire aircraft from the rear view angle. Let's check it out. There it is. Awesome. All right, now you're looking at the front of the aircraft here on the starboard side, where you see the front nose landing gears, the landing gear struts, the landing gear door featuring the fleet number on it, 8302, and there's some more information right there. I can't remember what that is. Then you see the Peter tubes, what have you, the radar nose cone, the windshield wipers, the cockpit windows, the Sky Team logo, the Delta billboard title, the web widget logo, the front bulk bin door, the nice looking engines right here, as I call the Pratt & Whitney PW15G type engines right here, the engine blades right there, as well as the side visual view of the landing bogey gears on this side of the aircraft, including the landing gear doors. Now you're looking at the winglet wingtip device on this side of the aircraft, featuring the green navigation light that sits next to this winglet wingtip device. All right, now you're looking at the back of the aircraft here on the starboard side, where you see the rear boat bin door, the American flag decal, the registration ship number, the Delta logo here on the tail fin of the aircraft, the fleet number, as well as the APU is also on this side of the aircraft as well. Okay. Okay, before I show you this aircraft model from the aerial bird's eye view, as well as the undercarriage belly view in full detail, please allow me to let you check out one feature, which is the rolling gears. Let's check it out. Rolls pretty good. Awesome. The aircraft tilts. But unfortunately, on this particular aircraft model, the front nose gears did not swivel. That's the only downside of this aircraft model. But that's still a pretty good model. So with that being said, let's check out this aircraft model from the aerial bird's eye view. Let's check it out. All right, now looking at this aircraft model from the aerial bird's eye view, we're going to start at the front of the aircraft, where you see the radar nose cone, the windshield wipers, the cockpit windows. Then the top of the aircraft, you see the power escape hatch door, you see the Sky Team logo on both sides. And then you come here, you see the Delta title and the red widget logo on both sides there as well. And the high frequency antenna, emergency gate hatch door number 1, the anti-collision beacon light, another emergency, sorry about that, there's another high frequency antenna, then that's the satellite communications antenna, then emergency escape hatch door number 2. Number 2. And then there's the high frequency antenna. Then you see the registration ship number and the American flag decal on both sides. And then there's the vertical stabilizer known as the tail fin. And then that's the horizontal stabilizer right there with the warning information. No luminary light on there though, but that's all right. There you go. Now let's check out the wings and the engines. All right, okay, here we go. See the engines there, as well as the top of the wings feature the wing walkway and the warning information, as well as the flaps, slats, aileron, spoilers, what have you. And then that's the top of the wingtip device you see there. Now let's check out over here. The engines there, as well as the top of the wings and the warning information, and as well as the flaps, slats, aileron, spoilers, what have you, as well as the wingtip device on this side of the aircraft as well. All right, now looking at the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft model. We're going to start at the front here. You see the radial nose cone, and then you see the CS300. That's the aircraft van. Now it's rebranded as Airbus A220-300. See the crew escape hatch door, the front nose landing gear door, as well as the front nose landing gear. And then we slide up this way. You see a high frequency antenna there. Then you come there, you see the Delta title and the logo. And then there's the anti-collision beacon light, the hole where the stand goes in at. And then there's the Gemini Jets logo. Oh man, a little scratch there. Ow, ouch. Uh-oh. That's all right. Then there's the APU housing doors and the horizontal stabilizers underneath. And then you come up this way. See the gears right there, the engines, and the wings underneath includes the flaps, slats, aileron, spoilers, what have you. The wingtip device on there as well. It's no scratch. That was just some fur on there. I got that off. Okay. Now let's check out the gears over here. There's the gears right there. The engines, as well as the wings underneath, includes the flaps, slats, aileron, spoilers, what have you, as well as the wingtip device on this side of the aircraft as well. All right, since I show you this aircraft model from the aerial bird's eye view, as well as the undercarriage belly view in its entirety in full detail, now I'm going to put it on that alternative model stand that I showed you earlier instead of the tripod one. So with no further ado, everyone, here is the model on the stand. Check it out. All right, finally got it on this alternative model stand. It's holding up pretty good, no problem, no hesitation. You see there, you see it in the takeoff landing position. Now I'm gonna let this model rotate in a clockwise rotation. I let you check out the view from the port side. You see here, the tail cam angle, the starboard side, the front of the aircraft, and back to the port side, okay? Check it out. All right, since this particular model has no gear replacement doors, I'm gonna go ahead and take this model off the stand and go ahead and wrap up this model review, okay? All right, the seating configuration. The Delta Airbus A220-300 regional jetliner aircraft seats 130 passengers in a 3-class configured cabin layout. All right, everyone, here's the breakdown from rows 1 to 3, which will be from here to about right here. You have 12 first class seats, and then from rows 10 to 15, which will be from here to about right here. You have 30 Delta Comfort Plus class seats in rows 16 to 33, which will be about from here all the way back to the rear of the aircraft. You have an additional 88 main cabin / economy class seats, which brings a total of 130 seats. And finally, In addition to Houston Bush as the official inaugural flight destination for this particular aircraft, Delta currently employs this aircraft. I had previously utilized this aircraft, the Airbus A220-300 regional jetliner aircraft, routes from Atlanta to Houston Bush, Los Angeles to Portland, Oregon, and Salt Lake City, Utah, from Dallas Fort Worth to Detroit Metro, Minneapolis-St. Paul, New York-JFK, New York-LaGuardia, Salt Lake City, Utah, and San Antonio, Texas, from Detroit Metro to Dallas Fort Worth and Minneapolis-St. Paul, from Austin, Texas to New York-JFK and Salt Lake City, Utah, from Minneapolis-St. Paul to Chicago O'Hare, Dallas Fort Worth, Detroit Metro, Newark, New Jersey, Washington Reagan National, from New York-JFK to Boston Logan, Austin, Texas, and Dallas Fort Worth, from New York-LaGuardia to Chicago O'Hare and Dallas Fort Worth, from Portland, Oregon to Los Angeles, California, from Salt Lake City, Utah to Austin, Texas, Chicago O'Hare, Dallas Fort Worth, Denver, Colorado, Houston Bush, Los Angeles, California, Orange County, California, Sacramento, California, San Francisco, California, San Jose, California, St. Louis, Missouri, and West Palm Beach, Florida. Those are the routes. Well, everyone, this will conclude this model review. I'd like to know if you got this model or you plan on getting it, if you can still get it. A couple still have it, but it's becoming very scarce as we speak. I highly recommend this model. So with that said, please take care. God bless. Stay tuned. There's more model content coming. Peace.